Hey guys, welcome to your Power Rankings bonus coverage. I felt really strongly about doing this video this week because the playoff race is starting to get extremely interesting, and I feel like Week 9 out of all 13 regular season weeks is going to end up being the most important. All 5 matchups right now have some pretty big playoff implications, and what I want to do is show you how each matchup fits into the playoff race puzzle and try and paint you a good picture here of what everything means moving forward. So I'm going to start with Mike and Katko's match, and it's pretty much already decided. I don't want to discount Mike's chances, but he has like 7 starters on bye. And this is interesting. It would be a great matchup if they both were at full strength. They're the top 2 teams in the power rankings. It would be great to see what happened, but unfortunately that's not the case. And Mike is most likely going to drop to 5-4, even though I think he may have the best team moving forward. This means that Katko is going to move up to 8-1, I'm assuming, and he's probably then going to lock up that number 1 seed in that division, which is interesting because Mike is going to then be the 2 seed, I'm assuming. I don't want to discount Matvey's chances. They're actually not that bad. And also Nick Clark and Tony have a shot, but hypothetically speaking, let's assume that Mike gets that 2 seed. He's the one you don't want to play if you're in the other division in the playoffs. So actually, in the Wolfpack division, you want to be the 2 seed and play Katko. That would be the better matchup. Even though I wouldn't want to play Katko either, but you get what I'm saying. So that's interesting moving forward. Even though this match is decided, it kind of has a lot of effect on what's going on elsewhere. Moving on to me and Bajam. This is a must-win for me, and also in the other matchup, it's a must-win for Dave. If either of us wins and Jay also wins, then whoever wins between me and Dave, or me and Dave, they're only going to be 1 game out of a playoff spot. Jay and Billy are both going to be 4-4. Bajam's going to be 5-4 if I win. So that's really going to tighten things up. Now, if Bajam loses, I'm not sure he's going to make the playoffs. He's probably still in a good position, but his team's not looked that great recently. He's coming off a low score, and even though he ripped people off to make his team better, I don't think he'd be guaranteed a spot. However, if he wins and goes to 6-3, I think he's almost certainly guaranteed a playoff spot. So that matchup's really important for both Bajam and myself. Moving on to Jay and Billy, this is probably the most important match of the week for them. Because Jay cannot afford to drop 2 back from Billy. That really creates a huge gap between Bajam and Billy and Jay, myself, and Dave. But Billy's not looking like the favorite by any means. So Billy is behind Jay by over 100 points in points for. So that means Billy's probably going to have to pull ahead of Jay over the last 4 weeks and gain a win on him, or gain about 20 points a week on average on Jay. So this is a huge game for both of them, and it's also a huge game for the division. Me and Dave need Jay to win. Bajam wants Billy to win. So that's pretty interesting there. Moving on to Matvey and Dave, we already talked about Dave's situation, but Matvey's situation is really important. If he loses, he's going to be 5-4 with Mike. But Mike's team's looking great moving forward, and Matvey is last in total points, so he cannot afford to tie for that last spot. It's crucial that Matvey gets the win this week and moves ahead of Polino here as we move forward in the playoff race. I think if you look at the final 4 weeks, it's really likely that Matvey versus Polino is going to be critical next week, even if Matvey wins this week, because Polino is probably going to go 3-1 or 4-0. So week 10 here, Matvey needs to win these next 2, I think, to be able to have a good shot at that second playoff spot. If not, it's going to be really tough coming from last in total points. And finally, Tony versus Nick Clark. It's a must-win for both teams. Even if one of them wins, I don't think that person is in a good position for a playoff spot, but they're certainly out of it if they lose. Nick Clark's schedule coming up is not that bad. If he beats Tony, he has me and Dave at 2-6 apiece. So those could be wins. And he also has a crucial game. If he upsets Polino here, he could be looking at a playoff spot himself. He also has Matvey, who's the other person in contention. So pay attention this week. It's going to be really exciting, and good luck to everybody.